Hello everyone! Ang topic natin ngayon na vlog is about the one-person corporation or OPC. I have decided to discuss about this form of business kasi ang daming nagtatanong about the OPC. They've been asking how to set up this kind of business form and ano ang mga requirements, and then they'll also be asking kung how they supposed to operate if they already be an OPC. So, okay, let's start. What is an OPC? Ang OPC or one-person corporation is a special corporation na kung saan meron lang siyang single stockholder. Hindi siya katulad ng alam natin dati na para makapag-set up ka ng corporation, you need at least 5 incorporators. So with the OPC, isa lang ang kailangan ng stockholder, you can already set up a corporation. So, anong pinagkaiba nito sa alam natin na sole proprietorship? Kasi para lang din naman siya isang tao, diba? Ang pinagkaiba is si OPC, meron siyang sariling personality which is distinct from the stockholder. And syempre, kung ano lang yung utang ni OPC is limited lang din dun sa amount na ininvest ni stockholder. Unlike pag you are a sole proprietorship, kung ang tawag dito, magka-problema yung business, so pati yung personal assets are held or accountable din siya sa claims against sa business mo. So, yun ang difference or main difference ng OPC sa sole proprietorship. At it's a very nice form of business kasi it combines the two main characteristic ng corporation and then ng sole proprietorship. Siyempre, pag corporation, limited lang yung liability. Pag sole proprietorship, siyempre, ikaw lang din ng boss. Wala kang mga board of directors na kailangan mo pang tawag dito, i-abisuhan or magpa-approve kung meron kang gagawing decision. So, paano ba nagraran ang OPC kung given na ikaw ay isa ng one-person corporation? How it is operate? So, ang OPC, since tawag dito, ikaw lang mag-isa, pero kailangan pa din o nire-require, like in the same with a corporation, na mag-appoint ka ng treasurer, ng corporate secretary, and other officers within 15 days from the issuance of your certificate of incorporation. So, ikaw na may-ari or single proprietorship, single stockholder, pwede maging treasurer. Pero yun nga lang, if you are the stockholder at the same time the treasurer, kailangan mag-post ng bond with the Securities Exchange Commission. Pero ang role ng secretary or corporate secretary ay hindi mo pwedeng maging tawag dito, maging role din. Dapat may other person ka na i-appoint as corporate secretary. So, yun, tatlo. Kailangan ikaw syempre yung president or CEO kasi ikaw yung stockholder. Pangalawa, kailangan mayroon kang treasurer. Pwede ka rin maging treasurer. Yun nga lang, gagastos ka pa for the bond. So, I suggest na you appoint another person to be your treasurer. And then, pangatlo is a secretary. Okay? So, ano pa ang mga requirements na kailangan? O kailangan natin i-comply. So, pag nag-set up ka ng OPC, kailangan mo ring magkaroon ng isang alternate nominee tsaka nominee. Kasi, silang dalawa, yung alternate nominee mo tsaka nominee, sila yung tawag dito, magta-take over. Hindi naman sa sarili na magta-take over. Sila yung magiging how you call that? parang tama rin tama nga word, take over, or parang kahalinan mo kung sakaling ikaw ay namatay or naging incapacitated o hindi mo na kayang patakbuhin ang iyong negosyo. So, kasi pag nawala ka na, so, or hindi mo na kaya, si OPC kasi, si one person corporation can exist forever. So, ikaw hanggang lifetime ka lang. Pero si OPC is forever. O di ba, sana all? So, yun yung mga kailangan mong i-consider rin yung alternate nominee mo tsaka nominee. Okay? So, ano yung mga requirements? Actually, merong 6 na requirements. Una, syempre, kailangan alam mo rin yung pangalan ng ayong business or OPC. Name with the suffix na OPC sa dulo. Pangalawa, ano yung purpose? Bakit mo gusto mag-set up ng isang OPC, one-person corporation? Pangatlo, address. Saan mo i-address yung OPC or yung one-person corporation? Pangapat, kailangan mong mag-nominee or magbigay ng pangalan ng iyong nominee tsaka alternate nominee na may kasama ng kanilang birthday at tsaka address, tsaka tax ID number. And then next, authorized capital, stocks, kung magkano ang initial na investment or stocks ng yung OPC. And then lastly is yung fiscal year. Gusto mo ba calendar year or fiscal year yung operation ng yung OPC. So, yun lang ang mga salient features of becoming a one-person corporation. So, mabilis lang, madali lang ang pag-apply ng isang business na ang form niya is one-person corporation. So, kung may mga katanungan kayo on how to apply or gusto niyo ng assistance para mag-apply, just send me a message. Ciao!